Well, hello, welcome to my channel. I got a little bit more work to do in this deck. This little addition that I installed, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that. Time flies. But yeah, so now I'm gonna work on this little bit. If you haven't seen my video last year of this whole deck that I did here, it'll be right here. Take a look at it. I'm going to be installing TimberTech composite wood. This is my deck from last year. Still looking great. There's my Minot. There she is. There she is. If I stand over here, you can see the deck looks so much the same. That's why I had to put this tape there, because it was dangerous. It looked like it was incredible, the illusion that you get that it's exactly the same thing. There's no step, but there sure is. There's a step about close to 1 foot. And over here, I look forward to getting rid of all of that, installing some TimberTech wood or composite boards. The wood is really bad, and you can see over here, it is worse. I wouldn't want anybody to get injured, so let's get this fixed. Access to my deck, be no problem to do my work. And as far as the gazebo is concerned, I'm going to leave it here. What I'll do is I'll just tie some ropes. So just like I did for the other side, I have to take off these boards. There's screws. The other side I was not able to unscrew. I was only able to use the crowbar for most of it anyway. So see what happens here. Here it's not as old as I said. Some will come out for sure. Welcome to day 2 of this little project. If you want to look behind me, you should be able to see a couple of deer with my cat. successful in removing quite a lot of screws, a lot more than I did for the main portion of the deck, but still didn't get them all. And after all this work, I could see that my buddies, at least one of them, still here. Very happy over there. That's nice, so nice. So my next step is going to be use my crowbar from last year, still crooked, and I'm just going to pull out all of these out. It won't be as hard of a job as last year because most of the screws are up. So this is where I'm at. Day 2 of work. So I've removed all the screws, or the one I can take, maybe, and then I moved 6-7 boards now. It's supper time. Welcome to day 3 of my redoing of this portion of the deck here. And yeah, it's been raining again the last couple days. So here I am. It's late afternoon, so I probably only have time to do just remove these boards here. A little bit at a time, I guess. Let's go. Well, there we go. All the boards are off. These are there just for walking on. About 25 of them, if I remember counting right. It's already supper time, so I'm gonna stop now and get to it again tomorrow. Hello, this is day 4 of my project, but unfortunately, as soon as I started taking out my stuff, it's starting to rain again. So I'm just going to show you my next steps. So I still have some screws to take out, just like I did last time. A great machine here. It actually works marvels to cut metal. So that's what I'm going to use. Let's see if I can do a few before the rain starts. Well, hello again. This is day 5 of my adventure with this deck, and today is a perfect day. It's about 18 degrees, very windy. That's why I'm wearing a little microphone. Hopefully you could hear me well. And yeah, so I already did some of the work here. So you can see I did the tape on the edges. This is just a starting point. I will continue all the tape on the other 2x8s there. The reason for the tape is just to cover these holes so that water doesn't go in it. All right, so I did pretty much all the boards. I guess it's just one left. I have one here too, but I probably gonna run out of tape. I like to use something like that just to get rid of the stuff that is sticking out, so the tape would have a hard time. So I'll show you. Not exactly sure how the best way to do this. Sometimes it's very tricky and tape gets all stuck and not always easy to put on. So that, to me, is the best way that I've found so far to do this. Just press it as much as you can. Try not to have air bubbles. It just prevents the water from going in. Won't be missing much. I'll be missing a little bit. By the way, if you are a contractor and you know of other tricks to fill in these holes, is it okay just to put like wood putty or things like that? Because I'm wondering if it's really necessary to put tape like that on all over the place. Please leave your comments below. I'd appreciate that. As the finished product, that's what it looks like. It's got to help, that's for sure. Help make it last longer, hopefully. So I kept this old board here on purpose, just because this one has the perfect measurements that I need. It's always even easier than measurements, and this one is perfect. So I will use this as my pattern. I'll put on the main border board, and I'll just go ahead and cut it. I'll be able to install it right away. I'll be quick. much easier like this. Hello again. So I think it's day 7 now or something like that. It's raining every day pretty much, and today it was raining earlier, and now I just have a small opening, and hopefully I could do a little bit of work. I'll show you what I've done yesterday. So yesterday I put in the first sides, or borders, whatever you want to call it. Right? So that's pretty nice. It looks looking great. I'm gonna put some screws on the inside. I only put them on the outside so far. Yeah, and this one is not screwed in at all just yet. Yeah, so I've got this one done too. And finally this one. So now what will happen is that the boards are all gonna come in like that. So this is just a sample here. The boards are going to come in like this, right? And so I need something here for the board to lie on. So that means I need to put, I'm going to put a 2x6 over here on both sides, just so that the board has a place to sit. Okay, so I finished putting an edge, and this is not holding, like, you know, it's not, doesn't have to be ultra solid. It's just so that the board rests on something. There's no weight going there, you know, unless somebody really pushes at the end of the, but even then, that it'll hold just nice, just perfectly. And that's what that was. Okay. So now I'm ready to do my first composite board. Cool. Everything, well, I've done the edges, but now I'm going to start the real work of putting the 25 boards. Let's see how that goes. So I did measure 139 inches and a half, because of course it's not going to be 12 feet because of the borders. So half is right there. 139 and a half. Got this in a straight line. So I turned the board the other way. You got to be mindful of the space with these 12 footers. So I'm almost there. I just have a few, about 4 or 5 boards to put, and I just wanted to show you basically, how I do this. So basically you can see I put one already, one of those clips, and that's what they look like. This little part here goes inside like that, and you just put a screw there. So that's the idea. So to make it easier, I put one at one end, and then I put one at the other end, and then I just go ahead and do the rest in the middle. So let's go ahead and do that. Battery's dead. We have another one. There we go. Another one done. So what I've been doing is basically just grab a piece of wood like this, composite I should say, and I have a template that I use to mark it where I need to cut it. Now you should know that although these are 12 feet, they are all about 12 feet and 3/4. So if you plan on using this material, keep that in mind, because you're going to have to cut them all if your deck is 12 feet. Right? But in any case, you pretty much always have to put borders like I did here, and so you kind of have to cut it anyway. Really happy I got this machine earlier this year. It would have been really long to do otherwise. Like I said, I like to do the corners first. This way, when I put those clips, it doesn't move at the other end, which is pretty annoying when you're alone, especially. Now I've been doing it sitting down on the other side, but now I'm out of room, so I have to do it from here. Not as comfortable for sure. I got these knee pads, luckily, but it's the back, not the most comfortable. I'm very lucky at this last piece. This one here fitted perfectly. I didn't have to cut a little bit of it, which I had to when I did the other deck on the other side. So, but however, it gave me a lot of trouble to put in. So I have to use screws. But a little bit of trouble, a defect or two that nobody would ever notice. Only what I would know it. And I have to say, it's looking pretty good. Very happy with the work. Very nice. So, if you enjoyed this little adventure of mine of doing this second part of the deck, well, press the like button and please subscribe. It's fun. I'm a retired guy and I like to do these kinds of things. Probably save me a bundle of money for sure, not having contractors do this, and very satisfied with the work. So until next time, bye for now.